All right, let's go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar, Turn Your Summer Content into Brand Deals featuring Groupon. I'm Shauna Hollinger, Creator Education Manager at Mavely here at Mavely by Later, and we're so excited to have you all here with us today. We will be recording this call, and all registrants will receive a copy of the recording. Additionally, feel free to drop any questions that you have into the Q&A box, and we'll answer as many as we can at the end of this session. So here's a quick overview of what we'll cover today. We'll do introductions. We'll discuss why real content wins. We'll talk about creating content that doesn't feel like an ad, turning affiliate into an opportunity, actionable tips to elevate your content, key takeaways, and Q&A. So now that you know what to expect, let's go ahead and kick things off. Reagan, I'll go ahead and hand it over to you and feel free to introduce yourself.
Thank you, Shauna. My name is Reagan. I am an affiliate and influencer marketing coordinator at Groupon. I've been working in the social media and influencer space for almost 4 years, and I've been working at Groupon for one. And I've loved getting to work with Mavely so far.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Reagan. We're so glad to have you here with us today. Now, if you're new to Mavely, here's what to know. It's a platform where you can start earning as an everyday influencer by sharing the products and experiences that you already love. Creators of all backgrounds get instant access to commissionable links and real earning opportunities. Inside the app, you can create affiliate links, discover trending brands, and explore what's performing, all from one simple dashboard that works on both desktop and mobile. And as your content gains traction, you'll get access to even more opportunities like exclusive brand campaigns tailored to your niche, your audience, and performance. So if you haven't signed up for Mavely yet, feel free to scan this QR code to get started. So now that we've introduced Mavely, let's go ahead and talk about Groupon. And Reagan, I'll go ahead and pass it back over to you to give us a quick intro.
Yeah, so Groupon is an online marketplace. We've been around since the early 2010s, and we connect people with local businesses, from restaurants and spa treatments to planning a trip or booking activities. It helps creators and general users find new experiences at a great value. We've been working with Mavely to identify and work with creators who can help us bring Groupon to even more people. So we work with creators in both casted campaigns and affiliate creators to make sure that their followers are getting great deals on the things that they love to do.
Amazing, amazing. So now what I want to talk about is influencer marketing trends. And let's talk about like what's working in 2025 and not just trends, but what's actually driving conversion. So how have you seen influencer marketing evolve over the past few years?
Yeah, I think that as the influencer marketing, I guess, industry almost becomes a little bit more saturated and becoming an influencer is something that is a little bit more common. I think that people really value authenticity and relatability. I think that it's really important for creators to not only be authentic in terms of what they're creating, but authentic in terms of knowing, what their audience is looking for. Creators are seeing their audiences become more and more selective. They are picky, they're skeptical, people want to spend their money well, and they want to follow people that they trust. So when you have, your own diverse niche, it's really important that the things that you're promoting to your followers speak to them, speak to what they're looking for. I think that the most successful creators that we see really understand and serve their audiences. I also think recently there's been kind of a shift to organic and always on content. More and more, I'm seeing videos that aren't, super polished, overly edited, thousands of cuts and transitions, and more content that really just is, raw, authentic, not super filtered. I think that it allows people to post quickly, and it also means that creators don't necessarily need to wait for brand deals to post. When you're using Mavely, it allows you to pull like affiliate links for your favorite brands that you do want to talk about. So even if you're not working with them on a casted campaign, you are still able to promote those brands and make sure that you're getting compensated for your time doing so. This shift has been really helpful for me, at least, in finding creators who are looking for long-term partnerships whose audiences will really trust that they love our brand. And then I think that, like, on the same note as that, kind of Mavely allows creators to work with brands and kind of prove out to a brand or show a brand that their audience is looking for that. If I was working with a creator who only posted fashion content and I was coming from a brand that sold car parts, I would probably be a little bit skeptical about working with that creator if I hadn't seen, previous proof that they've worked well with our brand before. This performance first model allows creators to feel rewarded and can show us on the brand side who really has that impact on their audience.
I love that. And that's one of the things that I think is so great about signing up for maybe creating affiliate links, because you really do not have to wait for brands to come to you. You can get started right away. So I love that. And so what advice do you have for creators who want to stay true to themselves and earn from their content?
Yeah, like I mentioned before, I think that it's really important to realize that you can start where you are. You don't need to wait for a brand deal. These flat fee campaigns are great. They often, will have a higher and more guaranteed payout, but affiliate linking is such a great way to start working with a brand, and it helps build your relationship with that brand organically. If I see someone who we might not be working with on a casted campaign posting about Groupon, sharing an affiliate link, that gives me on the brand side a lot of reassurance almost that they're going to be a reliable partner whose audience will believe them when they say that they love Groupon. Um, in terms of, knowing your audience, it's really important to know what your followers came for. If you have a really sudden and drastic shift in what your content is, your followers are going to start feeling like maybe they shouldn't have followed you in the first place, or they don't really remember what they came to you for. While it's important to like keep things fresh and try new things, it's also important to remember that your audience is looking at you for something specific. There's millions of creators out there, and your voice and your approach to content is what drew people to your page. Um, and then I think being flexible and being creative. So working with a brand that's not going to give you a super, super scripted brief, working with brands that allow you to, maintain your style of content, maintain your videos, and making sure that on your end, you're staying true to what your voice and your video style is when you do start working with these brands.
I love that. Thanks so much for sharing your perspective on that. And let's talk about what actually drives sales and engagement. So, from Groupon's perspective, what kinds of posts tend to perform best, both in terms of engagement and affiliate revenue?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is you want your sponsored content or your affiliate content to be really aligned with your regular content style. Obviously, it's important to disclose things as ads and disclose, when you do make affiliate commissions. But if your videos that are ads start or have a completely different format than your other videos, your audience is going to kind of start knowing when they should just quickly swipe if they're not looking to watch an ad. So your post should look and feel like your regular content. It'll help make sure that your followers are staying till the end of the video, watching the whole thing, and drive stronger engagement. I also think for us specifically, seamlessly integrating Groupon into your content is a great way to go. Groupon's really unique in that we've got something for everyone, whether you're looking for a fun thing to do this summer with your kids, your car needs an oil change, you want to treat, a parent or a loved one to a spa day, and those things fit into your content. We've got everything. So anything that you could be looking for, Groupon's easily to seamlessly integrate into that. Um, and then really being consistent is super important. If you share a link or a code just once, that's not going to make a really big impact on your followers. Consistently sharing that link, consistently sharing that code, while still knowing that you have to find the balance between spamming your followers with sponsored content is really important. It'll help people remember the brands that you're talking about, remember the products you're promoting, and they'll be more likely to end up clicking on those links. Um, and then I think what's really important is to remember that affiliate influencer work is really one of those things where the more you put in, the more you get out. It's kind of a job in and of itself. It's almost a full-time job. You have to make sure that you're like committing to making those posts, committing to, seeing out the benefits of an affiliate strategy and really, really being consistent.
That's such great advice. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. And let's talk about why real content wins. So, just as you said, like we have seen that creators who consistently post build trust with their audience over time. Videos that highlight unique experiences while aligning with the creator's usual content style does well too. And then standout content feels natural and not forced. And viewers can tell when it's a genuine recommendation. So I would love for you to kind of talk about these three posts and why they perform so well.
Yeah, so these three videos are some of our really recent top performing content examples. They all come from very, very different creators who, when I was reviewing their page at the beginning of the campaign, all kind of brought a very, very different vibe. And what really impressed me about them is they, followed the campaign brief and they held up Groupon's like brand standards while still being really authentic to their content. Um, all of this is so, so different, and all of it is successful because they know exactly what their audience is looking for.
Yes, that's amazing. And let's talk about how discovered on Groupon. So Groupon offers creators a unique way to highlight real life experiences. So can you share a little bit more about the discovered on Groupon and the content approach and what makes it stand out?
Yeah. So oftentimes we find that content that does really well has creators use phrases similar to something I discovered on Groupon or something I found on Groupon, because it kind of showcases A, that they're seeking out Groupons, they're going to the site, they're going to our app in the first place. And it also helps them share that Groupon is, we're a huge brand. We span across not just the US, but several countries, but we're really, really localized. The deals are going to be different from, Chicago to New York to Cleveland to Nashville. They're all very, very different places. They're all very, very different deals. And it helps creators showcase the local deals that they've got while also reassuring their followers that might not be super local to them that they'll be able to find something similar in their own locations. It helps creators also make content that's more dynamic and experience based rather than just showcasing yet another product. Um, and it allows them to showcase that Groupon fits into their everyday life. We're not asking people, in this like economic kind of environment to go out and spend a ton of money on something that they wouldn't normally do. I mean, Groupon's a great place to plan those types of activities, but it's also a great way for you to show your followers that Groupon has what you're already doing. If you're not in love with your nail place, but you do love going to get your nails done, it's a great way to find a new salon at a great value.
Yes, and I love that Groupon has so many different types of things that
Yeah.
you can do. So it can fit for so many different creators. So I
Yeah.
absolutely love that.
It's more of a recommendation and less of a go buy this right now.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And let's talk about what are some effective storytelling techniques that creators can use to keep their content authentic, engaging, and relatable.
Yeah, like what we were just talking about, I think showcasing how Groupon fits into your everyday life, especially if you are a lifestyle creator who does day in the life content or, my life after my 9 to 5 content, you can just seamlessly integrate it in right there. As with all kind of video making and content creation, even if it's not an ad, without a strong hook, your video is not going to stand out and you might not have people staying on your video very long. So you want to make sure that your video starts strong, it grabs attention, and then it quickly gets to the point of what you're talking about. You don't want to be drawing things out. I think that encouraging full video engagement too, making sure that your content has a clear beginning, middle, and an end allows people to kind of join you and it's a full story that they are doing, making sure that you are, not jumping the gun or spoiling a story or spoiling your content. By keeping that beginning, middle, end structure is really helpful. And then when you do end your video and in your caption, it's important to have a call to action, direct followers, to the link in your bio or to use your promo code or to comment something specific on your video for them to get a link sent to them, or even just if it's not even an ad, to engage with your video in a specific way.
I love that. These are such great tips. And let's talk about what Groupon typically looks for when deciding which creators to partner with on paid campaigns?
Yeah. So of course I'm going to say things like, a high average feed view count, strong video performance, strong engagement. But I think what's really important are those more like qualitative aspects. So your ability to to tell the story in a compelling way, your ability to keep an audience engaged. Something that I really specifically look for is if a creator is interacting with their audience, if they're commenting back, and if the same people come back and comment on and interact with their videos, video after video. It helps show me that you've built a community that, values what you have to say and that they trust you. And then we are looking specifically, like from Groupon, from our brand's perspective, for creators that are showcasing lifestyle and experience-based content. I love watching try-on hauls, but because of the nature of our brand, those creators aren't exactly the best fit for our campaigns.
Okay, this is excellent insight. Thank you so much for sharing that.
You
And what can creators do today to capture the attention of Groupon?
Yeah. So asking your audience what they want to see. Like I said, the biggest metric for me is seeing the way that creators interact with their audience. They listen to their audience, they incorporate, feedback into their subsequent videos. It also makes me, aware that a creator is or I guess holds value in what their audience is interested in. That allows creators to be selective about the brands that they pick and make sure that they're maintaining their audience trust. And then sharing content about Groupon without a flat fee partnership. I'm not asking you to do free work to promote Groupon for us. If you are on this call, you can sign up for Mavely. You can be using affiliate links. Our affiliate creators are so, so, so great at what they do. It helps also give us more visibility into you. We pay attention into when people talk about Groupon. We look for those, videos, and I think that really helps brands find you. And then, of course, engagement on your post matters. Seeing high comment rates, high saves. Something that I do look for is when I see, the rate of how many saves a video has and shares a video has, that kind of gives me an insight into your followers or your viewers who are planning on making a purchase or thinking about making a purchase rather than commenting like, so cute. Likes and comments are great, but really those deeper metrics are also super important to us.
Thank you so much. And how can creators go above and beyond to build a long-term relationship with a brand like Groupon?
Yeah, professionalism super important. So having your content ready on time, having your content aligned with the brief, having it be, high quality. It doesn't have to be like professional level, film student level, but it should be clear. We shouldn't have a ton of like background noise in the audio. Um, and then kind of going above and beyond with promoting Groupon. With any, campaign that you work with, or if you're not even on a flat fee campaign, it's easy to share a link once, it's easy to share a link twice, but, tracking the performance of your link and kind of optimizing when you're posting your links, how you're posting your links shows me that you kind of view this as, an obligation, like a professional obligation rather than just a side hobby. It gives me, some relief to know that I'm working with a creator who does take what they do seriously. And then engaging with your audience, making sure that you're listening to them, making sure that you're talking back with them, shows me that you're building a community and you're a good communicator, with the brands you work with and with the people who follow you.
Yeah, that's great. And the other thing about sharing affiliate links, you're earning commission along the way. I do know a lot of influencers feel like, they don't want to do things for free, but not only does it allow you to earn commission, but it also helps you get those metrics that, the brands
Mhm.
like you guys really do care about. So it's always great to go ahead and start posting those affiliate links as soon as you can. And it helps create those long-term relationships with the brands too.
Yeah, and it really helps a brand that might not have otherwise found you, just because there's not a ton of overlap in your circle. Find a creator who really does love their brand.
Absolutely. And so when creators share affiliate links, what types of call to actions or formats tend to convert best?
Yeah. So focusing on kind of timeliness. So, a limited time deal, a week-long promotion, a 2-day long promotion, a post that says, my code will be active for the next 7 days. All of that kind of drives urgency and maybe can get someone who will say, like, oh, well, I'll go back and purchase, tomorrow or this weekend to say, I'm going to purchase right now through this person's link. That's really helpful. I think also making sure that your feed posts go up when your stories promoting the brand go up can be really helpful. If you're scrolling, you see someone's video, and then like an hour later, you see their story talking about the same brand. It makes it really easy and seamless for someone to go on someone's story and click on a link. And it also helps keep, your partnership with that brand top of mind. And then something that we see do super, super well is when creators share posts within their community groups. So whether it's, your local Facebook group or, a mom's group that you're in, these groups are full of other people who want to support you. They're full of community members. And these are oftentimes like-minded people who are looking for the same kinds of things that you care about.
Yeah, that's such great information. And yeah, we do see a lot of those community groups, especially because the people that join are there for a specific reason. And so I think that they tend to see high engagement because of that. So, yeah, excellent advice there.
Yeah.
And from a brand's perspective, what are some of the biggest do's and don'ts when it comes to affiliate content?
Yeah. So, speaking of the do's first, I think it's important to be engaging and be interactive. We worked with a creator, I think it was last month, who posted on their story and let their followers pick the Groupon deal that they were going to showcase. It made it feel, like the followers had a say. It made it feel like the creator was listening to their followers. I don't know if you can tell, that's a huge theme for me. Um, and then making sure that you're sharing more than just a screenshot. Um, Telling us about your experiences, showing us like exactly what this experience entailed is a way better way to kind of talk about a brand and specifically Groupon than just screen sharing a screen recording of you buying a deal. I also think that making sure that you're tapping into timely moments, whether it's, a movie release and you're promoting movie theater deals on Groupon, or if it's summer break and you're promoting amusement parks, or if it's Christmas and you're promoting using Groupon as a great way to find last minute gifts for your loved ones, that helps content do much better than if you're kind of just posting something generic throughout the year. It's also, like I mentioned before, really important that the deals that you're picking are authentic to you and your content. Like I said, it would be super, super jarring if a beauty creator started posting deals about going skydiving, unless they've talked about being an adrenaline junkie in the past. Making sure that your sponsored content is aligned with kind of the personality that you've expressed online is a really, really great way to help maintain that audience trust. And on the same note of audience trust, showing genuine interest in a brand allows content to perform much, much better than if you're kind of just talking flatly about a brand. You mention them once and then your followers never hear you talk about them again. It helps them, again, keep that trust that they have in you. Um, like I mentioned before, also enhancing the things that you already do, showing that Groupon can help you find, the things that are already part of your life at a better value is great. And then making sure that you're using brand friendly language. So specifically with Groupon, we're looking for creators who highlight value over cost or discount, making sure that you're really focusing on what the brand stands for, what their mission is, and what they're looking to bring to consumers.
All right, amazing. And let's talk about what creators should avoid.
Yeah. So one thing that really makes me not want to work with a creator is when their ads are super overly promotional. I don't want to be scrolling through TikTok or Instagram and feel like I'm watching, like a infomercial about a random product. I want to feel like I'm engaged and like I'm watching a story. It is so, so, so important also, though, to make sure that you are being transparent, you are disclosing your content appropriately, and you are FTC compliant. This, if you don't disclose your ads and your followers start to realize that they are ads or worse, platforms start to realize that you're not disclosing ads, there are so many consequences, from losing audience trust to being fined, etc. It is never worth skipping out on these disclosures. We do want to make sure that we're always properly representing deals or representing products. So you never want to lie about what value you're getting for a product, what a deal entails, etc. And then making sure that you're also being you're following platform guidelines. So compliancy on what is allowed, what isn't allowed in terms of what you're showcasing in your videos.
All right, so that was absolutely amazing. Thanks so much. This was all super helpful. We covered a lot of ground today, so let's go ahead and recap three big takeaways from today. So, first, authentic experience driven content wins. Creators who share everyday moments in their own voice build stronger trust and drive better results than overly polished promos. Affiliate is a launch pad for paid partnerships. So, consistently posting affiliate content is one of the fastest ways to get on a brand's radar and land opportunities. And then, lastly, know your community and track your impact. Creators who understand their community and measure performance make better content and grow faster without losing their voice. So, thank you again, Reagan. Really grateful for your time and everything that you shared. And we are now at the Q&A portion of the webinar. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and pop them into the Q&A box and we will go ahead and get started. So the first question that we have today is, what makes Groupon a unique brand partner for creators?
Yeah, so I think that Groupon allows creators kind of to showcase something more than just a product. Um, those brand deals are great too, but we are offering experiences that either are already part of what you're doing in your day-to-day life, or are something that like would excite you and excite your followers. So we're able to be a little bit more dynamic and a little bit more flexible when working with creators.
Okay, perfect. And what types of deals or categories perform best on Groupon during high traffic seasons like summer or Q4?
Yeah, so during summer, we see a lot of great performance from our leisure park activities. So that would be, an amusement park, a theme park, a water park, any of those things. School is out for the summer, especially if you are an influencer with kids or you have a lot of followers who are looking for things to do with their families. Those are great. Um, in Q4, specifically around the holidays, Groupon loves talking about how we're a great deal for last minute gifting. I just ordered my dad a Groupon for Father's Day because I knew that, nothing else I would order would get to him on time. Groupon sends you, your like deal redemption immediately. I worked with a creator last year who made a video about literally forgetting that a family member was going to be at a holiday event and ordering a Groupon in the car when they saw their car in the driveway. So we love promoting last minute gifting, and anything from a spa deal to an indoor skydiving deal or a helicopter tour does super well done.
Awesome. And also, how do I find the best deals to share from Groupon?
Yeah, so we're constantly running promotions. Our landing pages are always going to have, new fun things going on in your area, or even nationwide partners that we work with. Um, I really think that the best deals on Groupon really depends on who you are and what your like followers are looking for. So that's going to be dependent for you. We do offer such a great slate of merchants all across the country, and we are really selective of who is on Groupon.
Okay, cool. And then we have another question. It says, "Hi, Reagan and Shauna. Thank you for putting this on. I am a nano influencer and I would like to know if there is a follower count requirement."
Yeah, so when it comes to cast campaigns, we do have follower count requirements. However, a great way to kind of build up to that and to already start working with Groupon or any other brand is to work as an affiliate creator. It, shows us that you care about Groupon, and it also helps you, build up your platform.
Amazing. And yeah, the other thing I was going to say is a lot of times I know influencers, they focus solely on the follower count. And, the great thing about sharing affiliate links is you get access to so much data that shows that you can convert as an influencer, that shows that you have proof of influence, and brands love to see that too. So don't let follower counts stop you. You know, you can get so much more data and analytics when you share your affiliate link. So I don't want anyone to think that they have to put too much pressure on the follower account. And then another question that we have is having a niche important?
Yeah, so it's not super important in that it's not going to disqualify you from working with a brand, at least our brands. However, I do think that it lets you build up a following and build up, your own reputation as a creator in a specific industry pretty quickly. Being consistent and sharing content that's consistent is a great way to grow and a great way to have, growth that you can like see and feel as your platform builds on itself. But there's definitely nothing stopping creators. And I've worked with plenty of creators who, are in several niches.
Okay, amazing. And Reagan, before we wrap up, can you let everyone know where they can connect with you online?
Yeah, so you can connect with me directly at ranthony@groupon.com. And as always, through Mavely, you can find Groupon.
Thank you so much. And you can also connect with Mavely on Instagram and YouTube at Mavely app, and on TikTok at Mavely Social. And thank you all again for coming. We are so excited to have you join the Mavely community, and we look forward to working with all of you guys soon. So thank you so much, and bye everyone.
Thank you.